Just like an intro thing. I don't know if you guys want to do
Wait, clap, like just clap straight up?
Yeah, no, like at the same time.
Okay.
But okay, so the first thing I want to ask you guys, like, it seems like you guys are very like, you guys work together a lot. And I'm doing like this project with my girl, and I just wonder like how stressful is it like working together all the time? Because you know.
I think we complement each other good, but there is gonna be like times where, like yesterday, like I had edited this video and it could just be me because like I'm kind of sensitive to criticism sometimes.
I'm a little too direct.
And she's like a little too direct, and I like showed her this video that I had worked like hella hours on, and just since we like worked together for so long, she's just like, oh yo, like fix this, and I was like, damn, but like all this is cool too, and then like I don't know, there's some slight disagreements and conflict, but overall it's pretty good. Like our workflow is pretty good. Like
I mean, you guys have been working together for a minute now.
Yeah.
It's never I would say that like
there's very like
I would say we struggle a little more with balancing our work and
Yeah.
home life rather than us really
Yeah.
like having conflict in the work environment. It's just really hard, being able to take a day off because it's something. I mean, at least for him, because he edits, which is the more time consuming part of it all.
Right.
I usually just shoot a lot of the videos and take the photos.
You guys switch? You guys ever switch?
I don't do a lot. I offer to like line stuff up for him, but I've never really lined up a vid, so like he would want me to do like someone who's like maybe only paying for an edit rather than someone we're shooting and editing for.
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't expecting to get both of you guys. So now that you're here, like I'm just literally doing fucking improv, which is normally what I do. It's improv, like half of the notes I have in here is bullshit.
Nah, you're chilling. I feel like it's more natural that way.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just literally just gonna go off the dome at this point. But yeah. So how'd you get into tarot reading?
Tarot?
Or
oh my gosh.
Sorry.
Okay, so tarot reading, ironically enough, like I had like my first spiritual awakening after I had this mushroom trip.
Right.
And it was just so crazy. Like I kind of like had this weird dream of my great grandma, and she passed away. She had died, and it was just this whole like, you're a witch kind of dream. And I was like, oh my god, that's so scary. Like what the fuck, being someone who grew up in like a really strict religious household, I was just terrified out of my mind. And I had already gotten this tattoo, and I just kind of got this because I thought it looked cool, but then I did a little research on like what the death moth was, and the death moth actually has another name which it goes by, and it's the Black Witch. And I was like, oh my god, what if because I come from a long line of like European Cubans and Taino Cubans.
So what religion were you growing up?
Oh my god.
like 3.
My mom, I was first baptized through the Catholic religion.
Yeah.
And then my mom converted to Christianity. And then she was like, no, that's not enough for me, bro. Jehovah's Witness. And then, she stuck to that for like a long time. And I had so much religious trauma that I was just kind of like...
Are you even religious at this point?
No, I wouldn't say I'm religious. I would say I'm more spiritual.
Okay.
But
I always see that trend happen with like people that grow up religious. They just go spiritual. Or just
and the same with the people who are really religious. My mom's family used to do a lot of like santeria and brujeria, and she got really scared of that lifestyle, and then she converted to Christianity.
Just to make sure, just so everybody knows, we're all Cuban here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's gonna flow perfectly.
But yeah, long story short, I had that dream and it was really weird, and then I found out about the tattoo, and then there was this crazy psychic like lady and dude on Instagram, and they were like channeling some shit or whatever. It looked pretty weird, but they were like, oh, like I'm picking up on 3 female figures, maybe like a great grandmother of some sort and some sisters. And I called my mom and I was like, yo, did Mima have sisters? And she was like, yeah, she had 2 sisters. Why? And then I just lost my shit. I was like, okay, I think I'm just going to take these people's word for it. Yeah. They told me that I come from like a long line of witches and Catholicism. So like both intertwined.
Got the best of both worlds.
Yeah. I've been looking into Catholicism, and I would say like any other thing, I don't take the whole religion as a whole.
Right.
I like to just take, what resonates with me and just apply it to my life.
Oh, I like that. I had something kind of similar, I guess. I mean, I have this fucking thing. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie.
Oh, it's
I
fire.
have not.
What dog is that?
actually.
It's a bloodhound. It's how did I just forget the movie? But wow, I just forgot the movie.
Harry Potter?
Huh?
Harry Potter?
No.
I have this shit on tatted on me and I just forgot the movie. But anyways, basically in the movie you get the shit tatted if you're like one of the bad guys, right?
Mhm.
And it's like it's supposed to signify like power, like the guys that get sort of like higher up.
Yeah.
So I got it because I'm like, like I just want to be my boss shit, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of like
My big ego shit.
Yeah, like my way of
Manifest,
manifesting little. But yeah, I got it and my parents watched the movie and like oh my god, this is real. The movie's real. Like this happened. And basically in the movie they just like torture people and shit. And I was like freaking the fuck out. I was like, no way. Like, did I just get this shit? Like, I just got like a terrorist symbol on me.
Oh my god. I mean, honestly, to be fair, it looks like a dog that you had once upon a time.
Exactly. That's what I tell people at this point. It's like, oh yeah, he passed away. Yeah. So now I'm gonna like, jump back to you.
Hey, no.
Like here, trying to get both of you
Oh
guys
wait, since we're
involved.
talking about tarot, let's pick our cards.
Oh yeah. The tarot segment.
This isn't actually not a tarot. This is an oracle.
Okay. I don't know the difference. What is it?
It's an oracle tarot.
Can I look at it? Or
Yeah.
Oracles are more like they don't really show you like more like the negative side. They like to keep it more like on the positive side. Like even the negative cards. Oh, okay. Even the negative cards, they'll try to put it more like in a positive light. And tarot is just more straightforward.
So this is kind of a cookie cutter. This one's more cookie cutter.
Yeah.
Tarot is straightforward.
Tarot, and I feel like you translate them differently too. Which card did you get?
I got Passion Ignited.
Passion Ignited.
Yeah.
Oh. Which one did you get?
I got Heartache and Loss.
Interesting. I got Balance.
Okay, that's a good one.
And, okay. Do you guys want to read what they are now, or would you rather just do it at the end of the segment?
I mean, yeah, why not?
Okay. Yours is, what color is yours? Purple? Violet. 133. You can read yours.
First is beginnings, ideas, revelations, and exciting adventures await you in your personal or business life. Creative endeavors, enthusiasm, positive energy, and a renewed spiritual strength are at an all-time high. The powerful force of spirit is flowing through you. And it's a bit lengthy.
Oh yeah, bro. You don't have to read the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Just so you can get a general idea.
I got it.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was honestly dope.
Damn. I never really get too bad cards. This is like a sad card. Is this indigo?
No. I mean, it's not sad or bad. It's like essential. I feel like.
That's a good way to put it.
That's what
Disappointment, sorrow, separation.
Like, I tell people, like, sometimes they'll see, like, death in their tarot or, like, the devil, and immediately they're like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. And I'm like, oh my god, no. If anyone's ever told you that after reading your tarot, that is so bad. I feel like a lot of times you tell people something like that and they manifest that situation onto themselves. I like to tell people, like, you're in control of your own destiny. I read you the past, present, and future. And if you don't like the future outcome, change the present, because the present is what dictates the future.
I'm going through like a lot of changes and shit right now, so honestly,
it makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Okay, go. I already know what this one means, so we're chilling.
That was dope. And I wanted to incorporate board games, but honestly, that was pretty sick. Yeah.
Have here.
But so I wanted to ask you, so it looks like, I mean, you're pushing out like a music video, like what, like every week or every 2 weeks? You're pretty consistent with your shit.
Hey, appreciate that. I try to do it every week.
Right.
Every few days sometimes. But the longest I'll go is like 2 weeks without posting one.
Same. Yeah. So like how much at this point is it, like, how do I say this? How much of it is it like you wanting, like you fucking with the artist, or you like
Just working.
Like doing it for
business.
Yeah, exactly. Like, is it more creative or is it more business at this point?
It's kind of like, okay, at first it started kind of creative, and then I don't know, I didn't even like really try to make it a business. Like, it just kind of happened. Like, someone was just like, yo, I'll pay you 50. It started like $50. Yo, I'll pay you $50 to make a music video. And then I made the music video, and then like other people would hit me up, be like, yo, how much do you charge? How much do you charge? Yeah. And then eventually I was just making like bread off of it, and I was like, yo, fuck a job. And so like right now it's kind of business oriented, but like it's business oriented in the sense that like I won't really decline you type shit. Right. I'll pick up anybody and I'll do my best on any song, even if I don't fuck with it. Like, I'll just be like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna snap on this. And yes, like right now it is business oriented, but eventually I would like to be more exclusive and be like, yo, I don't really want to work with this. You know?
Right. Have you worked with anybody where you're like, oh shit, like this can, or you haven't like?
Nah, yeah. There's definitely been a couple artists that like a good amount actually. A lot are pretty good, and it's kind of like 50-50, honestly. If I'm being real, it's like 50-50.
What I would say is that even when they're not like the best at their craft, they're really consistent. So yeah, I can say that a lot of the people we have worked with, I've seen their music progressively get better and better.
Yeah, that's true.
Cool as well.
Dope. Okay. So like you'd say that a lot of people that you've worked with have potential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the most part. Okay.
Yeah.
So do you have like a favorite at the moment or no?
Favorite artists right now?
Like not a favorite artist, but your favorite that you've worked on. That you've just like, oh shit, like I really like the song and the video just like go perfect together.
There's a good amount actually. There's a good amount of videos actually that I really, really fuck with.
I'm sure they're all like your trophies.
Yeah. There's a good amount. I don't know, it's kinda hard to pick just one.
Yeah.
So. There's a good amount though.
I got favorites.
There's definitely like 10 at least.
Yeah. Well, are we speaking video wise or like
both
people we work with wise?
Well, like the song and the video just.
Oh,
like,
the song and the
work.
Okay.
Yeah.
I personally think Tio's really good. I feel like I like his like music flow, and I feel like it goes really well with the type of editing style that you do.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. There's a good amount. There's like 10, 15 people.
There's a bunch.
Yeah, there's a bunch that like I'm like, damn, like. You can even see it in my work when I really fuck with the song, and it's not that I don't try on every video. It's just that if your song's really good, like, and I really feel it, like the energy is just gonna flow like even better. It's
an essential part of the editing process. Yeah. I see it in him. Like I can tell when he's editing and he's in the zone and he's excited about it, and I can tell when he just feels like very overworked and like he's been already at it for like a whole day, like nonstop and. He'll take like little breaks every 15 minutes, but he's usually pretty locked in most of the time.
That's dope. Fuck with that. Yeah, I mean that's part of the editing process because it fucking sucks. You have to keep rewinding this shit.
Yeah.
So if the song is ass, like, bro, like, come on.
Yeah.
So I get the struggle. It's painful. And so how long have you guys been at this? Like,
almost 2 years now. 2 years now. Yeah. I've been making videos since like a kid, but music videos and going full time on it like 2 years. About to be 2 years.
Have you ever felt like I feel like on the come up there's a lot of like where you feel like tortured, like a tortured artist where you're just like,
dude, yeah.
Like you feel like you're in a wheelchair just.
Yeah, dude. I had dropped like these. I made these shirts or a shirt or no, like 2 or 3 pieces that said "starving artist" on it.
Yeah.
Because I really felt like that for some time. Because it's kind of like a lifestyle almost. Mm-hmm. Like when you're coming up, especially because it's just like it's hard. It's really hard.
Yeah.
And it's a business too, so like, we don't always get the clients at the same time when we need them. Like they pull through. Sometimes it's like after our rent's due, or like like it's never guaranteed when these people like pull through. And I would say that the starving artist tees. We're really like inspired by like real life events. Like there had been times where we didn't get the client right when we usually do groceries, and we won't have food, and we'll be like, oh, okay, now we need to figure something out, and we have to live off struggle meals for a while and stuff like that.
Yeah, you guys are actually going at it because like I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm living with my parents and shit, so I have that.
Oh, but we've been
Yeah,
there,
we
bro.
enforced it.
We've
Yeah?
been there, having
Yeah.
to like stay at like the corner of my mom's living room before. It was when the business first started going, like
Right.
before we even really went full on, like.
Mm.
But I would say that that's what really inspired us. Plus, we got these face tats so that we would have to go that hard.
Yeah.
You get me? So it's like make it or break it.
You guys, you both like, fuck, how do I say this? You both like agreed mutually to do it, or?
We did. Okay, so
Damn.
essentially, he wanted to get the face tat. First, like he was the one who kind of like inspired me, I guess, to want to have a face tattoo.
Right.
And I ended up getting it first just because, like, you know, I've always just kind of been very spontaneous and impulsive. So I just said fuck it and I got it. And then a couple months later, he went and got
Not like
it.
a year. Like a year.
A
while.
whole year?
Yeah, like a year maybe. Yeah, like a year later.
Okay, yeah, so like a year later, then he got his.
Were you kind of like shitting yourself the whole time? Like, oh, is he ever gonna do it? Or?
No. I knew he was gonna do it because after I got it, he was just kind of like, he would look at me every single day and be like, "Damn, I want mine so bad." Like I knew it was a matter of time, but you know, one of us had to be face tatless so that one of us could get a job to
Right.
balance it out.
Okay.
So he, you know, was working at BrandSmart, and you could tell him about that experience.
Oh yeah. When she had gotten it, I was still like working jobs and shit like that, and I didn't get my face tat till after like when I moved into this place, actually into this apartment. That's when I was like, yo, fuck it, like no one can tell me no, like no one can kick me out, like I'm just gonna do it. And I work for myself and stuff like that, so I was like, yo, fuck it. But yeah, like I had definitely worked jobs and shit like that.
My
That shit was
family
trash.
not happy about it.
And my family either.
Oh man. Are they like cool with it now?
Oh, no.
Yeah, now they don't care. But
Yeah,
at the time-
my dad just looks at me every day and he's like, "¿Por qué con lo linda que eras?" And I'm like, "Oh my god," he acts like if my face is like disfigured now or something.
Yeah, that's part of being Cuban.
Hispanic.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Hispanic as a whole. Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't stoked, but they
It grew on
accepted
them,
it.
I'd say. It
Yeah.
definitely grew on them.
That's dope.
Yeah.
My mom likes it now. It's my mom's favorite tattoo on my entire body.
Okay, so you guys have a good relationship with your parents, right? Like,
Yeah.
you'd say that,
Yeah.
I have, yeah.
Okay, that's good. Because I've noticed a pattern. Like, I've obviously done other people with face tat, but they're just like, just assholes, like, realistically. And they just, like, never want to, like, not that I push it, but you can just tell that they're just, like, they got it and they're just, like just push their whole family away.
Yeah, you know,
Same.
I don't really judge anyone when they do that because, you know, I don't know people's trauma
Yeah.
or, like, people's home life. And
Right.
I don't think that people push their family away for no reason, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I did not have a great childhood. It was not perfect, but, you know, I'm mature enough to understand, you know, where my family and my parents came from,
Mhm.
like, and, you know, they gave me the education best they could. So,
Right.
you know, I'm very, and
Yeah,
also
just
my
playing your
family has
cards.
always been very close too. So it's just,
Well, you guys at least you guys are self-aware. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what like a lot of the up and coming like whatever they're doing like they just like lack self-awareness or I don't know. It's just like not to shit on them, but
No, yeah.
it's just like you kind of need that self-awareness
yeah, I feel
just
you.
to like humble you a bit. And,
Awareness in general.
Yeah.
Because self-awareness is cool, but if you're not aware of like your surroundings and how you're affecting the people around you,
That's true.
plays a big part in it too.
Do you guys fuck with the community or you guys just like to stay like for the most part you're like just
I say we're pretty ducked off most of the time. I'm in here like almost all the time. I don't really even pop out to events anymore. I used to at first, but like now I'm just kind of like the internet's such a big tool, bro. Like if you just focus on putting out content, like the opportunities will
You
just
don't need the
come.
community.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not that you don't need the community. I think the internet is a community of its own. Like,
yeah.
and personally, after gaining a lot of awareness, I noticed that when I go to big events and stuff, I used to be the party girl, man. Like, I used to be like, you know, I want to go to the club on Saturday and I want to go to a show the next day. And like, I used to have it in me, but I was very not self-aware. I didn't really gain self-awareness till I was 19 years old.
There you go.
So now when I'm like at big events and when I'm like surrounded by more people, I feel like I become easily drained more.
Mhm.
Like having to, like, I'm not good at not absorbing other energy around me. I'm
Right.
not good at just observing, I guess you could say, which I'm working on because I love being social. I'm a very social butterfly. I like, interacting with people. I love people so much.
It's good.
I'm like the opposite, bro. I don't fuck with people that much.
I don't like going to. Okay. I want to say that I don't like the community, but I don't really like fuck with it. So.
I would say maybe it's the community you're trying to be involved with, because it's like it's so many people. It's so many people, and I feel like everyone has something to offer. Like right now, look. This is a little community we got going on right now. Like, we're catering to a community right now, and the community you cater to supports you and fucks with you, and I feel like a community is essential for growth.
No, like, of course, like, with the fan base wise, yeah, of course, like, but I'd rather build my own community than join one, because, like, going to some of those community events, I've noticed, like, a pattern that a lot of the people aren't really there to make art. Like, it's just to party or to just, like, hang out. Like, they're not going as hard as...
Yeah, no, I will say that specifically, at least... I don't know, yeah, I've noticed that, like, a lot of...
But yeah, what were you gonna say?
I have noticed that. Like, I'll notice, like, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's everywhere, but Miami, since it's still like not a huge major city, I feel like there's not as many like super like dedicated artists like that are constantly putting out, that are constantly making videos. Like, there are some, but I feel like there's not as many as like in more saturated places.
Go to the events like we do. Honestly,
yeah, that's true.
Just picked up on it. And like, nah, it's
no
point. Like, it's cool sometimes, but
it's okay. It depends on the event. Honestly, it really depends.
Yeah,
but I will say, like, I don't really see too many crazy events going on here.
Yeah,
we don't really go to many. Most of our work clients and the people that we work with come from the internet.
Yeah.
And word of mouth. Word of mouth, I would say, is like the most like essential.
That's when you know you're popping.
I really want to go to like California or something, or honestly anywhere else. I wouldn't even mind moving to the middle of nowhere and just like living off the internet.
It's
or
either
some
LA
shit.
or Colorado. Between those two.
Yeah, I'm dying to go to Cali. It would be dope.
Yeah, it would be kind of cool. I feel like.
Yeah.
See, you got more community options there. I feel like.
You ever like Do you ever like daydream about like? Cause sometimes like I'll go to sleep and I'm just like think of like me like 10 years down, like moving to LA. And
dude,
you go to LA
bro.
and you just like you lose your mind and you have like your magnum opus where you just like going crazy, like, but like you're dropping your dope shit.
Dude, yeah, I honestly, that's like something I feel like I struggle with sometimes. Like, I feel like I'll live in the future too much. Like, I'll just be too goal oriented. Like, I'll only focus on that, and I won't really be grounded too much here.
Facts.
But yeah, I do that like all the time.
Right.
Like, I get lost in it. Like, sometimes I even like, it might sound crazy, but like I'll even like reenact. Like, what would it be like to feel like if I was like up and like if I met this person? Like, I play these scenarios out in my head like the whole day sometimes.
That sounds so crazy to me. I can't even daydream. I have this thing called aphantasia. So like.
Really?
I have like, you tell me right now, close your eyes and picture an apple, and it just stays completely black for me.
Damn. Has it always been like that, or?
No. Okay, so I had this unlocked memory because I don't really remember a lot of my childhood, and I just had like this memory unlocked where I remember I used to fantasize about being like a pop star when I was like 9, and you know, they say that aphantasia could either be something hereditary or trauma-induced.
Right.
And I feel like over time, as I started growing up, I couldn't do it anymore. It like slowly started fading my ability to daydream and visualize, I guess. I also have no inner monologue. I don't have like a voice narrating in my head ever. It's just quiet all the time. I have thoughts though. Like, I'm thinking right now to talk. I just can't describe.
I'm like trying to put myself in your
It's hard to describe like the thought pattern, I guess. I think more like in emotions and feelings, I guess you could say.
Okay. Well, I don't know what to say to that. But yeah, because I live off the inner monologue, honestly.
Yeah, same, bro.
It's so crazy. Like,
do you ever get in like that maybe you're like reaching, we like think of the artist, like, well, you already told me that you work like strictly business, because I did like an interview last time where it felt like it was like very like follower oriented, like I strictly only did it because it had big followers. Like it felt very like forced.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say every single time I've ever thought like that, like
It never works.
it never works out. I've worked with like kind of bigger artists, and like sometimes I'll just do it just because they're following and stuff like that,
A lot of
and
them-
it never works out. Like it'll just like it'll always like not work out. Every time I have like that intention with the work, it just doesn't go through. Something will just always happen. Like I'll shoot them and like the footage will get lost, or they don't want the video no more, or like or
it's
the
just a
label's
shit
like no, or it's just a shitty experience. And then like by that point I'm like, yo, I don't even want to make this video. Like it's just it never really works out every time I have that intention behind it. So I've never really been able to really fully experience that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's like weird honestly, cause maybe it's just like that one time, but you can just tell that they're very like they don't want to do it.
No, yeah.
Type shit. But did you? I mean, were they fully with it when you shot them, or it was kind of like you can tell they weren't?
I'm trying to think of like a couple times it's happened. Honestly, most of the time I feel like they were also kind of desperate or something, and they were probably like kind of not really all the way in it or not. Damn. Yeah. I've never really, every time that's happened, the person has never really like always like genuinely wanted to like work either. Mm-hmm. It's kind of always been like a mutual thing. Like, I don't know. Like, yo, I'm here for your clout and I'm just here because you make videos. Like,
it always feels
it always feels that way when it's like that.
Or not even to throw anyone under the bus, but like, you know, every big major artist that we've worked with, we've noticed that they're extremely unhappy with their lives and they don't even like their fans. Like, they'll lie. They'll go out and they'll be like, my fans, I love you all. And then, you know, we're backstage, so we're seeing it all play out. And they go back inside and they're like, I fucking hate those people. Oh my fucking God. I can't wait to not do this shit no more. And like,
honestly, just because don't sign.
It was a dream killer for real. Like, because, again, I'm not going to say no names, but, you know, this is an artist that, like, when I was 15 years old, listened to their music, someone who would inspire me to want to, like, make art. And to see the reality that they're living with making the art that I used to, like, be inspired by, it was like a dream killer for real.
Something that's also annoying is, like, if I'll peep a big artist and, like, sometimes they'll actually respond and be like, yo, like, I'm down as fuck, whatever. And, like, I'll hit them up, like, on some business shit, and then they'll just be like, I'd be down, but only for free. And I'm like, bro, like, you feel me? Like, you live off this. Like, and I'm a fellow artist. Like, I don't know, personally, anytime I've hit someone up for their art or something, like, I'll pay them for it. Like, I'm just kind of like that person. So, I don't know. Yeah. But that's not every big artist, I feel like. I feel like I just haven't tapped in or gotten that nice big break yet. I really haven't yet. I really haven't yet. All those opportunities just really weren't meant to be. And looking back, honestly, I'm glad it didn't go through because, like...
It's not the kind of audience we
really type shit.
Yeah, that's another thing. When doing this internet shit, it has to be fucking organic. Like, it really has to.
Like, work with who you like and fuck with for real.
True. Who would you say your favorite artists are?
Right now?
Yeah.
Probably Fat John. Honestly, he's like a beat maker, and I don't know. I've kind of strayed away from listening to so much music with words because, not that I don't fuck with it, but I feel like, I don't know, like sometimes like I'll just repeating what the person's saying in the song and I'll be like, yo, why am I fucking saying this right now? Like, why am I talking about drugs right now? Like, what the fuck? So I really fuck with like the beats. I don't know, it kind of puts me in a good vibe.
Yeah, you can interpret it how you want to, right?
Yeah, you can, like, I'll just start daydreaming about, like, when I was a kid or something.
I personally believe in the whole manifestation thing, like, in the power of, like, the subconscious mind. So I believe when you listen to certain stuff over and over and over and over again, you eventually kind of start to feel, because essentially when you listen to music, you gravitate towards music that's making you feel a certain kind of way. So, like, you listen to stuff you relate to, which is, I use music, I already told you, for my tarot, because it resonates with people so well. Like, what better way to connect emotionally to something than by using music? And I think it's so important that, like, when you're feeling sad, you don't really feed your sadness with more sad stuff, you get me? You listen to stuff that uplifts you, and, like, when you're angry, you listen to stuff that makes you not angry, and, you know, every now and then it's good to, like, kind of feed your ego a little bit and listen to stuff you genuinely resonate with and like. But I feel like too much of that can kind of be a little taxing on the mind.
It's true. Honestly, I think this is it. Like, I like to keep these short. And I got to know you guys so fucking much. Like, what, 30 minutes?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do we end it with a clap? I want to clap.
mean, we can do the clap.
Yeah, let's do it.
Clap.
Ready, set, go.
Thank you guys.
Fire.
Yeah, bro, this is dope. You want me to heat up your tea?
Yeah, I never got to drink.
You could just take the...
I never got to drink.
You could just take the...
I never got to drink.
You could just take the...
I never got to